Do you always get free relief from a sprinkler head? Today we're meeting up with PGA rules professional David Rishworth to find out. So when it comes to sprinkler heads, there are lots of different scenarios because your ball could be in one, you could be stood on one, or it could be in your line of sight or in your intended swing. So there's lots of different relief options here. First off, if we start with the ball actually in the sprinkler head.
Yeah, I mean, this is an obvious immovable obstruction relief, which you are obviously going to get relief. What we've got to do is decide which is the nearest point of relief. I'll just have a look. It's very overgrown, is this sprinkler head. We'll just have a look, see if we got a T-peg there. Hello, that's it.
So, because obviously both sides are pretty close.
Yeah, that's going into the soil, so nearest point of relief, I would say probably this side. So that's your nearest point of relief where you're not getting interference from the sprinkler head.
And then I can take my one club length from there.
One club length, yeah.
So could I actually end up dropping this on the green from the situation where I was?
No, you won't be able to allow to drop it on the green. We have to keep it in the general area. So the relief area will be somewhere like that.
Okay.
Okay, I know you've come a little bit further away from the hole, but you can't drop the ball on the green. It has to be dropped in the general area.
If I'm in the semi-rough or the fringe, I can't then drop on the green, even if it's inside my one club length.
Correct, yeah.
So anywhere within that.
Anywhere within the club length.
And I can clean my ball.
Yeah, you can clean your ball or use another ball.
Good job.
Yeah. That's it.
So that ball's now in play.
That ball is in play.
It's actually made it a little bit easier here because I don't now have the collar of rough behind my backswing. So my shot's a little bit easier than it was before.
That's it. Good.
Now this one here is quite interesting because the ball is not in the sprinkler head, but if I was to set up, my heel is in the sprinkler head.
Yeah, you've still got interference. Physical interference, you're standing in the sprinkler head, so there again you're entitled to relief.
Could I choose to play this if I wanted to?
Absolutely, yeah, you can play it. Your choice, you can play it or take relief.
So my nearest point if I was going to take relief is presumably from my stance.
Correct, just put the putter down where you would address it. So that's your nearest point of relief. For there, then you've a club length there. There again, we can't drop it on the putting green.
So the putting green starts like that.
Yeah. So you would have to come back. That's it. And drop within that. That's it. In play.
Pretty simple. Now, how about if I'm not stood on the sprinkler head and my ball isn't in it, but it's kind of in my line of shot?
Yeah, I mean there is physical interference there. The ball's very near the sprinkler head, and in my view, you would be entitled to relief there. It's you've got the club head going to pass over the sprinkler head, so I'll grant you relief.
So you'd take relief in exactly the same way as before?
Absolutely, always the same relief. Nearest point of relief, probably there again, and then a club length.
So if we take a look at this scenario here, I think this one's really interesting and one that people probably get wrong quite a lot. The sprinkler head is on my line of play. Yep. So I'm saying to you my intention is to put this and it's in the way.
Okay.
Do I get relief because of that?
Yeah, unfortunately not in this situation. The sprinkler head has to be within 2 club lengths of the putting green, which it is, and your ball has to be within 2 club lengths of the sprinkler head, which it is. But unfortunately, both of them have got to be in an area cut to fairway height or less, so there'll be no relief there.
So if this was the same grass as this, I could.
On your line of play.
Yeah, but because it's rough.
Correct.
I'm going to have to
play it as it lies.
Which means I've got to chip it, which is definitely more tricky. Definitely one worth knowing. I think a lot of people get that wrong.
It is a local rule.
Mm-hmm.
It's not in the rules of golf, but it is a local rule. But both the sprinkler head has got to be within 2 club lengths of the putting green, and the ball has got to be within 2 club lengths of the sprinkler head, both in areas cut to fairway height or less.
Was a bit trickier than the putt though.
Yeah, but I played it well.